Chapter 22. What are you doing? Leah could hardly get the words out. I must go home. But this is home. This is your home, he said, shaking his head. For the first time she noticed how long his hair had grown, and he now wore it as he had when she had first met him. I miss my family, Leah. I have to go back to them. His words hit her like blows. She wasn't enough for him. Why couldn't she be enough? But I need you, Ethan. How can you leave me so soon after Neil's death? It was as if her whole world was disintegrating. He crouched in front of her and tried to take her hand, but she pulled back. It has to be Neil who has helped me understand where I belong. Leah listened, unable to accept what Ethan was saying. Neil knew how she felt about Ethan. He wouldn't have urged him to leave. He wouldn't. All this time of being around Neil, working for him, talking and listening to him, seeing how hard he fought to live, made me see that a person's life cannot be lived independently of those he loves. Neil wanted you and your mother close to him. He wanted to give you all that he could of himself and of whatever time he had left. Neil was like a father to me in many ways. He reminded me of all the good things that my father stands for. Ethan reached up and raised Leah's chin so that she was forced to look into his eyes. I'm Amish, just as my father is Amish, and his father before him, and all the fathers before that. Eli seems to have adapted. Leah's voice quivered. He made the decision to break from the Amish. Then perhaps I can be the one to bring him back. That's dumb. He'll never go back. Ethan stepped down off the porch and scooped up a handful of soil. He returned and held it out to her. His hands were big, callous, and stained by the heavy soil. This is my life, Leah. Already Pa has begun to plow the fields. He will plant soon, and Ma will start the garden. His voice was filled with yearning. I love you, but it is in my soul. You belong here, Ethan, with me. I cannot stay. He let the soil drop through his fingers. It pattered onto the wooden floor. But what about your job with Dr. Prater and that school he wants to send you to? I will write and tell him I cannot accept. It is a way for you to be something else, somebody else. Tears were pooling in her eyes. She had thought she cried them all out over Neil, but this fresh supply came from another area of her heart. I must return to my world. She sprang to her feet. I've seen your world, Ethan. It's a small, narrow world with no room for change, no room for people to think for themselves or to be different. It's a boring world. She bounded down the steps and ran out into the field. She ran until she thought her lungs would burst. When she stopped running, she sank to her knees and buried her face in her hands. Ethan was beside her in seconds. Leah, don't touch me. She twisted away. Please. I thought you loved me. He grabbed her shoulder, squeezed until she stopped crying. I do love you. I never loved anyone as much as you. Leaving you is like leaving half of myself. The half that laughs and loves you will always remember the world of the English. You are right. My world is small and narrow, and to some it is even bleak and backward. But it is my world, Leah. His eyes burned holes into hers. Your world is big, and you have so much of it yet to see. I want to see it with you. She started to cry. He cried too. Oma is very sick, Leah. My family needs me, and I need my family. I do not want to be as Eli. He belongs nowhere. Belonging. It all came down to belonging. She, of all people, understood what Ethan meant. She hung her head and struggled to regain her composure. When will you go? There is a bus I can catch to Indy. Another will take me to Napanee. No. Leah shook her head dully. I'll drive you home. I brought you here. I'll take you back. Leah's mother expressed surprise and regret at Ethan's announcement. Leah had hoped she would say something to persuade him to stay, but she didn't. She merely hugged him and told him he'd always have a place to come if he ever changed his mind. Unable to sleep, Leah roused Ethan after midnight and said, Let's get it over with. He asked her to let him drive because it would probably be the last time he ever did so. The trip was long, but for Leah, not nearly long enough. She did not tell him of the trust fund, mostly because the money would not impress him. He would be happy for her, but it would mean nothing to him. It was close to 5 a.m., and morning was already turning the slate sky pink when Ethan stopped at the edge of the Longacre property. He got out of the car slowly. Leah watched him look across the partially plowed fields at the old farmhouse that had been home to his family for more than 100 years. Flickering lights could be seen through the kitchen window. The household was rising. High up on the second floor in the window of Ethan's room, a lone lamp glowed. His mother had kept her promise. A lump of emotion clogged Leah's throat. You're home, she said. Would you like to come in? She shook her head. Not this time. What will you do? Drive back. The trip is long. You should rest first. He looked concerned. I can make it. She started to get back inside the car, but he caught her arm and crushed her against his chest. Oh, my Leah, I miss you already. You'll get over it. She squeezed her eyes shut. Her heart hurt. He held her at arm's length. I will never forget you, and I will never love another as I have loved you. Your fling is over. You'll be baptized. You'll marry an Amish girl, she said with resignation. You are not part of my fling, he said fiercely. You are part of my life. You will always be in my heart, Leah, until angels close my eyes. His face blurred through her tears. Go, she said. Go back. Go home. She watched him as he hopped over the split-rail fence fronting the road. She watched him walk quickly toward the house, toward his family, and out of her life forever.